Look at this. I got headphones on. I got a mic going. Baby.
If
Huh?
only people could see you now.
Hey, no video. We've gone through this before.
All right,
No
all
video.
right, all right. Welcome to This Commerce Life. This is a podcast aimed at small, medium entrepreneurs focused on commerce. I'm Phil, your host, and Kenny, your co-host, will join us as well. And we're going to talk to you about the world of retail and commerce and how things are changing in the world. There we go.
You hit record.
Yeah.
Make sure my camera. Oh, I can see me.
I can see you. I can see me.
Everybody nice and nice.
Everybody's here. You know, man, you're back at home.
I'm back at home.
All settled. Whirlwind tour into Toronto.
Yeah, got back and, it's the same as always. Back at her.
Yeah, right at it. I know.
Pitter patter, get back at her.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, it's just, you know what it's like. It's just, yeah. Never arrest, baby. Never arrest.
Man.
And nobody knows what you really do. And nobody understands. That's not that they have to. It's not their problem.
Yeah.
But you're trying to balance out what you do versus what they're all doing, and trying to get people to understand that it's more than one gig.
Yeah.
And they're all important.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Because really, at the end of the day, I mean, what's the only important person is the one you're talking to.
Yeah.
Right?
The one you're talking to at the moment. Person.
Yeah, exactly. And that's sort of what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's all good in the hood, man.
Nice.
All good in the hood. How you been?
Nice. Good. Yeah, kind of same deal, right? Like trying to get stuff done. Just kind of had some frustrating moments. I got a journalist who called, wanting to do a little piece on us, and I had a technical person that I was after. Because one of the things that's actually most frustrating about this business is, while I'm the marketing guy, I don't own a lot of these pieces, right? Like on the consumer side of the business or the software side of the business, where you understand language, right?
Right.
You can pretty much say anything that's within your kind of language capacity to say.
Right.
In this like security and biometric space, it is remarkably difficult. Like, you say certain things and it means different things. So,
right.
And so in a lot of ways, I'm beholden to the technical product teams to tell me what I can say and what I can't say. But they don't understand that, right? So a lot of times the dance is they come to me and go, "Can we say that?" And I'll say, "I don't know. Can I say that?" I'll say it if you want me to say it.
Your experience, not mine.
But I don't know what I'm supposed to say here.
Exactly.
Like, if I say this, does it make you go blind? And then someone will inevitably hold their head and you go, "So see why you don't want me to say it? You really want to tell me what I can say." Right? Because I'm not so anyway, we had this dance back and forth, and then this technical person said, "Listen, I don't really have time. Should we do this?" And I said, "Yeah, we need to do this, right? Because this is a press interview that generates,
Yeah, shit. You don't turn these down. Man.
Well, ultimately I did, right? And it was because I couldn't find a technical person.
Yeah, but that's my point. That's not you turning it down. That's them turning it down.
Yeah.
They shouldn't have turned it down. I mean, these are your opportunities, but you can't do it.
Yeah, and then we had a really difficult conversation because they said, "I think we should look at our goals and values and see what we're after." And I said, "I am after that. Like I'm gold on acquisition, right? Which means I need to go out and generate impressions so that people show up at my door. So I don't sleep with people to get them to buy the NIMI band, so This is what I do, right? Like,
Plus you just had somebody ready to come. Someone was just someone took the call.
Yeah.
Wanted to wanted to talk to you.
Not to get all ranty, but it was a national post opportunity, right?
Well, fuck, why blow it?
I mean? So that's like 100,000 eyeball opportunity.
Exactly. In a newspaper, plus the online.
Yeah.
Because their online is probably bigger than a newspaper.
Yeah, no, much bigger.
You know what I mean? But why not take? Why not? I don't understand.
I don't know.
Anyway, whatever. It's not your call.
Yeah. So I mean, ultimately, we turned. I logged it, turned it down. And they're like, "Oh, I'm really sorry." And I go, "No, not as sorry as we're going to be in 3 months, right? Because you're
Right,
going to wonder
totally.
why, like whatever, like." Anyway, we talking about it a lot about like compartmentalizing and leaving things behind, but this one, I think, because I'm so passionate about this stuff, this one was hard to let go of. So I've been a little.
You know what it is?
I've been a little salty all day. Do you know?
You know what,
Like,
though, I'll tell you what, I'd be salty too, and I'll tell you why.
yeah.
If you told, if this was about boosting a post,
Mm-hmm.
or saying, hey,
Yeah.
that's really not
Yeah.
a great idea. I don't think the impressions count, blah, blah,
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
This is national media.
Yeah.
And
it's hard to come by, frankly.
Well, first, it's not even hard to come by. It's impossible to come by.
Yeah.
I mean, in this category, they're not running around trying to find, like you had it.
Mm-hmm.
You couldn't free up one person. Like not one person could just take half an hour to do this. This would have paid off in spades.
It gets better.
You didn't want to do it.
It gets better than that. It gets better than that because they said, fine, how about we do this? Because there are moments where you go, I'm going to find someone, and then they're not going to be good in an interview.
Right.
So I said, I'm going to write it out. And then how about I just write it out and you guys okay it, right? We'll put somebody's name beside it and it'll go.
Right.
Right. And then I wrote it out and they're like, well, this isn't really what what our story is or what our brand is. It's going to take rework. And I was like,
but you're in charge of the brand and the story.
This is what we've been talking about and saying. So now I have a bigger problem. So anyway,
who are these? Are these the uppity ups, the muckety mucks?
Yeah.
So have they not? Like they've been signing checks for 8 months. You think they would have figured out where the direction's going? No. Just to say it out loud on a podcast, right? Fucking morons.
I think this is where, like, and I own some of this, right? Is I think when you work in complex organizations where you really need these guys to be engaged, teaching them what marketing is. More engaged than they were. But teaching them what marketing is exactly, you know what I mean? Like, because I'm not a magician, I can't make things happen. So if I don't have the right phrases, I don't have the right technology in front of me, I don't have the right words to say, I can make shit up all day, but you won't like it, right? Like, but I think that's where the disconnect is a little bit, is they don't quite understand that, So,
you know what? Okay, I can buy into that to some degree.
Yeah.
This was nothing that had to be thought.
No.
There's someone who wants to interview you.
Yeah.
Who needs to understand.
Yeah.
Someone who has to have to talk to somebody who understands what they're answering.
Yeah.
That's as complicated as this is.
Yeah.
All I need is someone to
half an
answer questions.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to answer something that I don't know.
Yeah.
No comment in this situation is not valid.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know is probably not valid. I'm asking for someone for half an hour to answer some questions.
Yeah. Well,
I mean, honestly.
Yeah.
So anyway, seriously, that's the extent of it.
Yeah.
Now you got me all pissed off.
I know, right? Like, so, and I just,
man.
And I
like,
was
seriously, that is just so stupid.
The pro in me is like, look, shake it off, whatever. But then part of me was like, well, for fuck's sakes, right? Like,
exactly. What are you shaking
like
off?
For fuck's sakes, right? Like, this is what you brought me on to fucking do, and I got it fucking going, and then you fucking poached it while I'm standing here. You didn't even wait for me to walk away, right? Like,
my
so
God.
That's how I really feel about this. So
let's tell us how you feel, Phil.
Yeah. So there are days where you just like,
but that's a frustration. See, the thing is, so okay, now put the Lori hat on. So what are you going to do, Phil? Because I mean, because it's this requires a follow up. It really does. It's one of those things tomorrow when you kind of calm down and you walk in and say, listen, do you understand what we just did or didn't
we made a
do?
choice. We made a choice.
But do you understand the consequences of the choice?
Here's the consequences of the choice now, right? So here's we're gonna, if I try and salvage it somehow.
Yeah, but you need to phone it back and say, oh, we're ready now.
No, but you know what? I've got some articles, all this organic thought that we've been doing, I'm going to try and repurpose an article for this guy. And so I did some thinking about that, thinking, maybe there's something I can offer,
Well, you have to.
like, because
can't miss
I
this one. You
can't
can't
just
lose it.
like walk away, right?
No.
What would be worse is if you went to my competitor, which you
Well,
probably would
exactly.
do.
Which he's probably going to do.
Yeah. Like, so I'm going to repurpose something. And then I think the conversation internally is, look, we make choices, and like, you're being a propeller head, that's great. You thought all the, whatever you're doing, that you couldn't spend 30 minutes, but here's the 3 months down the road, right? Like,
It's 3 months, just next year.
yeah, like,
Article that goes to
and then you're
somebody
going to
else.
wonder why, like, those guys are getting more attention right now because we haven't, we passed up an opportunity that landed in our lap, right? So
I don't quite. I mean, that's a gift horse, and you just don't do that.
Yeah.
Again, boosting a post. Come on. They rejected an AdWords campaign. I mean, you can survive that.
Yeah.
I mean, you'll survive this too,
Yeah.
but you've just given it to someone else because this person's obviously looking for something within this category.
Yeah.
And this goes to anybody. Like if you're a small pet owner or a grocer or whatever, you don't, but find the time. Find the time.
Yeah.
My butcher's not in. Phone the goddamn butcher and tell him to come down.
Yeah.
Help out. I mean, most people are pretty accommodating. Jesus Christ, it's half an hour.
So there are some things that, I mean, when you're an established company, like when you get there, like the other pieces that one day I'll have when I have the resources to kind of like line these up properly, but the other things that you can have, I'm not there, right? Like, and what would really
this is how you get there, though.
Part of it, no, there is some prep you can do. Like, so
yeah.
So you and I, right? So you and I work with a bunch of businesses, right? And we work with these businesses, and we work really well with them. And so if, like, Jax is a perfect example, right? So if there was a moment where, I'm trying to think of a really good, you know what? Here's a really good one. So have you been following in the US, there's some mysterious e-cigarette deaths that are happening, and
not that mysterious.
Well, so it's not that mysterious, but at one point in my life, I worked with Dune, right? Which is a e-cigarette company. And so in that situation, right about now, reporters are calling other e-cigarette companies like Dune and saying, hey, you have an opinion on this, I'm going to write a piece on it too, I'd like your input, right? And so a lot of companies would tuck their head and kind of hide. The other way around something like this is for someone like Dune, to call someone like me, for example, or someone that else they knew that had some standing in the retail space. They could go, listen, we've worked with this guy named Retail Phil. He can comment on it. You should probably talk to this guy because it's not appropriate for Dune to comment on this piece.
Right.
And then someone like me would be able to help out and say, listen, like, when you buy e-cigarettes or vape stuff from like unreliable sources, or you don't source where it comes from, and you're not ethical or responsible about it, you are going to get all this crap in your body that you shouldn't. You know what I mean? Like so you can have like backup specialists who can help you.
I mean, we were the first ones to list these cigarettes.
When
e-cigarettes came out, we were the first ones in Canada to list. And we had a big kerfuffle in our building about it, right? Because what was coming up was nicotine laced ones, right? And it was illegal. We didn't have nicotine laced ones. Right. And my argument, and thank God for my director of pharmacy at the time, my thing was, listen, I'm not telling people to stop or start smoking these when you haven't smoked. I said, to me, what this is a tool that it sort of replaces the oral fixation of a cigarette in hand and in mouth. That's what my thing was. And I thought, okay, if this can help someone quit smoking, definitively it makes sense. Even at the time, we didn't know exactly probably, I guess, what was in these things long term. But I looked at it as, can't be any fucking worse than smoking tobacco. And ideally, I'm not wanting you on this long term. I don't want you on Nicorette or Nicoderm long term. I'm hoping that what this does you're at the mindset of your life, you want to quit.
Yep.
I'm going to give you a couple tools
Yeah,
that
to
hopefully
help
can
you
bridge you
quit.
to kind of
Yeah.
get the shit out of
Yeah.
your system,
Yeah.
and maybe you kick it. That's all you're trying to do.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've got friends that do the same thing, vaping like crazy. And I've told all of them, and if they're
Yeah.
listening to the podcast, now they're going to be angry. I told them many times, guys, popcorn lung.
Yeah.
You can't keep smoking this shit.
No.
It's
It's
not
a
what
short-term
meant for. It
fix,
wasn't
right? Like
meant.
it's
Yeah, but that's not what vaping became.
No. Yeah.
Vaping became this thing where you're walking by cars and it looks like a Cheech and Chong movie.
Yeah.
It's got all that. I'm thinking, you guys, it's not
that's
supposed
not what
to
it's
be.
for.
You're not supposed. It's not supposed to be a recreational event.
Yeah.
To me, it would have been. I can't kick this.
Yeah,
I
need that last piece to finish it.
Exactly. I need. It's the action of putting it in my mouth and that feeling. Fine, but it can't be long term. You don't take sleeping pills for 50 years.
Yeah.
You don't stay on morphine for 50 years. Yes, people get addicted. I get that part, but they've already addicted to other shit.
Yeah.
The point of these things are supposed to be tools.
Yeah.
Honestly, I get very frustrated with these things like that because
I didn't mean to frustrate. I think. Sorry, I want to get back to this too because but I think that's the point, right? Is when you've got someone that you can defer to. So, later in this game, I would have had someone where they would call me, and knowing the experience I've been through, I would have been like, no, you don't want to talk to someone at NIMI, but boy, do I have like 3 experts that you can talk to.
Absolutely.
All of which would go, fuck NIMI, this is a great opportunity. I'll make sure I mention you guys and, the whole bit, right? So that it's a good way to,
it's going to make you look at things differently.
Yeah. I mean, truth be told, in my business, tomorrow I'm gonna, even though it's 6 months out from my plan right now, I'm moving that to like priority number 1 is to find an expert. So I'm not going back in house to do this.
Yeah, you're never going to refuse an article again.
No, never. Right.
Yeah.
And so
I get
I'll just find someone else who
you need to know
always have 30 minutes, right?
Yeah, you need a guy.
Yeah,
you got to find the guy.
Yeah. You got to bone up on biometric security is what you got to do. So I can go, my pal Kenny, he can talk to biometric security. So.
Ooh, that's dangerous. Stranger danger. That's not very good at all. No. We got way smarter people on our crew that could do that.
Anyway,
give it to Lori.
But that's how you get around some of this stuff, right? Is when you get, so if you're a small business though, if you're a small business, this is what you want. Like you want a little toolkit. It doesn't take you long, but you should have a list of people that, and then you got to track news, right? Because you got to, like if you're an e-cigarette company, hopefully you saw this coming because it started like early last week, right? This whole
this has been longer than that.
It has been, but the
been
current
talking about this for months and months now.
But this current hump of
100%,
is started early last week, and so that when you're in those moments is when you go, oh shite, I better line up.
The problem
is, Phil,
the challenge is the whole industry's got a problem.
Yeah.
It's an industry problem.
Yeah,
just because it wasn't massively regulated, and everybody thinks it's cool to be smoking all this whatever. Who knows what that shit is?
Yeah.
Again, when it was designed to be, in essence, hopefully a smoking cessation device. Yeah, good on it, man. I mean, sure.
So
but I was like that a toy. It's a problem.
I was so mad because you went out. I went out right after you did, because I ran the Target OTC category at that point. And that's what I built. I literally built a smoking cessation category where you had the Nicorette, the Nicoderms, and then to finish it is the oral fixation, right?
Absolutely.
So if you're quitting smoking or you're thinking about it, the getting off the nicotine, you think is the hardest part, but it's actually not. It's the hell do I do now? Like
it's the habit.
My hands, so they talk about that, right? Like when you quit smoking, you gain 20 pounds because you eat all these things that you never would have eaten before.
No, because you would have had a cigarette in your mouth.
Because you would have had a cigarette in your mouth or a cigarette in your hands, right?
Absolutely.
And so e-cigarettes was designed to be that last bit where you could hang on to the thing, and if you wanted to puff it, you could. No big deal. There's nothing
exactly.
In it. But now it's like a whole.
Oh, totally.
It's like shisha. But you can walk around with the thing, except shisha is much more clean and You can
And
actually
even
see
that,
ingredients going in
exactly.
it,
But
right?
even
So
that, like, I mean, really,
yeah,
truly, you got to think things through.
yeah,
I mean,
yeah. You
and I
really
agree
do.
with you. I don't think
Yeah,
that's a train wreck. But
yeah,
again, when you're clean or not, when you're breathing stuff like that
yeah,
right into your
yeah.
lungs and stuff,
There's an impact. There,
there's got to
100%.
be.
There's an impact.
There's
Yeah,
got to be.
yeah.
You
You
know,
you can't you can't go through allergy season without inhaling something where you're going, God, this stuff's like killing me, right? So
exactly.
you know,
So this should not have been rocket science.
yeah,
I get it. The
manufactured
sad
vapor
part
in my
is,
lungs.
yeah.
Huh.
The problem is,
Mm.
boys, you know what? They made smoking unsexy.
Yeah,
Obviously, they should have because it was
yeah,
killing people.
yeah,
But then they made this vaping so sexy. The ads
yeah,
are awesome. I mean, you're thinking,
yeah,
okay, whatever. I mean, it looks cool. People are running. I mean, it
yeah,
makes it
yeah,
cool
yeah,
maybe because I'm older. But because smoking was cool when we were growing up. It
yeah,
wasn't
yeah, yeah.
like a bad thing.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a bad thing, but it wasn't uncool.
No, it was a cool bad thing.
Exactly.
It
But
was a cool
vaping,
bad
just
thing. Yeah,
you got the big puff of smoke. I mean,
yeah,
I don't know. I mean, I get it.
yeah,
I get why it could be a problem, but again, to me, it wasn't designed to do that. It was that's my opinion anyway. I thought it was designed to do something different.
I
It's
also
sad.
think that it's a funny thing because by the time you get to vaping, you have quit all the hard parts of the addiction. You know what I mean? Like because
Yeah. Now it's all
the
psychological. The physiological
yeah,
part's done
it's all
in
done,
theory.
right? Like in theory, right?
Yeah.
Like if you're vaping with non-nicotine,
Yeah. I mean, if you're using the nicotine,
you know,
hopefully you don't have a
yeah,
patch and chewing gum and smoking at
yeah,
the
yeah,
same
yeah,
time.
yeah, yeah,
I mean, nicotine
yeah,
overload, but
yeah. But
right, which
yeah,
is
you know,
another
so you're
problem.
there. So what's that last step to like get rid of it? Is it's
I agree.
yeah. Anyway,
I
it's a
agree.
funny
But
one.
that's not what
It's
it became. It
really
became a toy.
yeah, 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 and it's like
Safe
a whole
smoking.
it's a whole subculture
Yeah.
now, and
It's too bad, right? I mean,
weird,
there's young kids
weird.
that are,
Yeah,
well, I mean, we've lost a few.
yeah,
There's a lot of sick kids out there, and it's
yeah,
it's
yeah,
it's so stupid.
yeah, yeah,
It's just so stupid. I
yeah,
mean, but again, then we got to be smarter as a society too.
yeah,
There's consequences
yeah,
to doing things.
yeah. Well, it's funny,
So anyway, the
right?
whole thing that started with, if you're a pet store or a grocer or a coffee bar and you
Yeah.
get media, take the goddamn media.
Oh fuck.
Just figure it out. Sit
Do
down, and if
not
you don't
fucking
know
pass
the
up on
answers,
it.
find a friend. Find somebody
You
that
know
can
what?
help you walk through it.
Like
Dumbass.
at the moment that you get a reporter that calls you and you go, "What the fuck should I do?" You should pick up the phone and call Kenny and I, and at least we can help you out with.
Well, I'll walk you
Like,
through and say,
it's
listen,
just
I would
like,
call. Do you know this
yeah,
person? Do you know a person like this?
yeah, yeah,
Everybody knows an expert,
yeah, yeah.
right?
Yeah,
If a pet store
yeah,
gets phoned about, let's say, a new worm pill, and they really
yeah,
don't know much about it, find
yeah,
somebody
yeah, yeah,
and tell the guy in the report, listen, I really don't know that. It's
yeah.
not my gig,
But I'm gonna
but I'll
find
tell
you
you what,
someone. Yeah,
I will find you somebody.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Right? My God, don't pass. Yeah, geez.
Makes me
It's
crazy. Makes
dumbfounding.
me crazy.
Especially when they've been paying you decent money for the last 7-8 months to do this. That's the whole point of you being there.
Well, this is
Anyway,
this might be the closest to me losing my shit on the show.
I think you already did. You swore a lot. Oof.
I haven't
Makes me
really
laugh,
lost
though,
it. Like I'm simmering still. Like
You
I've
should
got
be
I've got a
simmering, because
whole. I'm working really hard not to crack it open because I will
Oh.
literally lose my shit. Like because it's just like
Just let it. Yeah. I mean, what you should do, really, you should talk to them tomorrow, because I think they need to understand what
Yeah,
the
yeah,
fundamental problem is. You're paying me to do this.
Yeah.
This is my gig.
Yeah.
I'm the expert.
yeah.
I mean,
Well,
seriously.
and this is what we're working to. Like why the fuck would I double website traffic? Why would I lean into all this stuff if this is what we're aiming for, right?
You're
like,
aiming for people
we
to see it.
want to be famous. Like the minute
Exactly.
you're famous, all of this stuff goes, right? So what?
Like, honestly, what's the miss? Dumb as posts. Dumb as posts.
Yeah, dumbest post and smart like Einstein, right? Like how is
Oh
that?
my God.
Well,
like we used to say, smart in school, stupid in life.
Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, so that's kind of like, so I kind of like, I don't know. I had trouble. I'm not usually a guy who dwells on things. I don't lose my shit, right? Like I'm a pretty calm guy. And then this one, I kind of like ground my teeth all the way home. Right? Because I was just like, I can't believe
Plus,
and
what?
then tomorrow I've got to go back and figure out how to save it, right? Like that's the thing is like.
But you should do. That's your job.
Yeah.
Right. But at the same time, I would go. I guess what the problem is, I would take it personally. And I'll tell you why. You're paying me to do this. I'm
Yeah.
the expert. You're not.
Yeah.
Please don't tell me now what we're going to do in this department when 15 minutes ago you had no fucking clue how to do anything in this department.
Yeah.
That's why I'm here.
Yeah.
Now you're an expert. If you want to be the expert, then you do it.
Yeah. Well, that's where the moment of trust breaks, right? Because you're kind of like, guys,
seriously?
Last time I checked, I thought marketing was in my title.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, no, I totally get that.
Yeah,
I totally get that.
Anyway.
I'm like you that way. I don't like to be undermined.
Mm-mm.
I don't mind being challenged, and I don't mind being questioned, and I love a good fight. I love a good debate.
Discussion is great, right? Dialogue, discussion.
Love
like
all
if we
that
want to
shit.
kick
love
crap around, let's kick it,
Absolutely.
right? Like,
but don't pay me to do something, and then you're going to go and do it yourself. Then get rid of me. What am I here for? I got other things I can do.
Circumvent my efforts.
Then do it yourself. Seriously, do it yourself. You're wasting money.
Yeah.
And my time.
Yeah.
And the most important part is my time.
Yeah.
Not your money.
Yeah. Ugh. Anyway, so that's what's going on. But otherwise, everything else is good.
It's a ranting podcast.
So ranty and angry today. But no, otherwise things are good. The LinkedIn stuff has been going really well. Like really well. And we're gonna start doing some really neat stuff. I shot some video of. So I'm really happy because this week there were a bunch of guys out at trade shows, and normally I go because we're under-resourced that way, but I don't have to go. So I sent a team to Berlin. Better. I sent a team to Berlin because I was supposed to be in Berlin this week, and I was like, I'm not going. I just got too much to do. You got somebody else go, and then there's another one in Boston, and somebody else is going to that. So kind of awesome, right? Because then I kind of quarterbacking for the office, and I got some really great video assets, and like the standard thing to do is to go, hey, I'm going to chuck that on YouTube, and we'll gather a bunch of hits. But we decided what we're going to do is put a sign up behind it. So one of them is our VP of sales talking about biometrics in the industry and what it can do for us. Cool. And so rather than release that into the wild on YouTube and kind of look at the hits pile up and go, woo, we got hits, we're going to send that through LinkedIn directly to chief technology officers at companies and go,
buddy, there's probably about 20 groups on LinkedIn that you publish that shit to.
But here's the thing is, what we're going to do is we're going to say, here's a snippet of him talking. We're going to pick a juicy snippet.
Absolutely.
And then, hey, you know what? Like, to watch the whole thing, you're going to have to sign up here and tell us what you're interested in. And
absolutely.
And then we'll send you a download link.
Totally. So that's a totally qualified lead at that point.
Yeah.
Totally cool. I mean, at that point, you're probably signing contracts.
Yeah.
Right, if someone's going to go through that effort.
I don't know if you're signing contracts, but
you're going to at least you're going to have some serious dialogue. It's not a bullshit game. I'm not going to sign up for your stupid video.
Yeah.
If I'm not really that interested, to go through those steps, you're going to have someone that's compelled to say. Well,
and I've got a qualified lead now, right? Which means I can email them, I can market them, I can send them more stuff.
You go sign the contract.
So
close the deal.
I don't care. It doesn't matter to me whether they sign a contract, right? I'm after the leads, right? That's what I'm goaling myself on. So
sales figures out. Sales figures the other part out.
So they don't sign it, it's their problem. They can't close, it's not my problem. But if I deliver 100 leads to their doorstep, that's kind of what I'm after, right? So,
absolutely.
But yeah. So we're
just a testy little day there. Testy.
Very testy.
Testy day.
Very testy.
We got to be happy. We got a call out from Deepinder the other day.
We did. That was so nice cool. Of her? So I was going to ask her,
and it wasn't like she was saying, I was listening to those two idiots to fall asleep.
Yeah.
She was actually working out.
Yeah.
We actually motivated someone maybe to run fast. Maybe they're running away from us. I don't know what she was doing.
I don't know. Maybe she was trying to run away from us.
And she just couldn't figure out to unplug.
Yeah, she couldn't.
And she's very bright, so there can't be that. So we actually might be quasi interesting to listen to periodically.
What?
I know.
So anyway, if you're,
thank Doopy. I mean, I thought that was pretty sweet.
I thought it was amazing. I said thank you.
So I thought that was kind of cool.
So we had a really nice lady on LinkedIn, Dupinder Yablonsky. She runs chai
owns it.
blends.
No, she owns it. Stoopy's Chai. It's a really, really, honestly, it's going to be okay. Doopy, don't take
Doopy's
this.
Chai.
Don't get angry with me because I'm not criticizing it.
Doopy, I love you. Before Kenny says whatever he's going to say, Doopy, I love you.
Phil loves everybody. Anyway, that's fine. You heard the rant Phil's on. So Doopy is making an incredible product.
Okay.
I shit you not. High quality, just a really cool product. The challenge she's going to have, and she knows it, it's a little on the expensive side because she's using ingredients that most would pass on. So her product is far and outstanding. Like it's just absolutely outstanding. And she's also trying to trying to make a new space within an existing world.
Mm-hmm.
So you and I both, that's a real tough gig,
mm-hmm.
right? Because she's not a chai tea. Like she's a chai tea on freaking steroids. Okay. Like it's honestly, Phil, you don't even have to open up the package and you can smell it a block away.
Wow.
When you unleash this shit, it's ridiculous. Like it's amazing, like absolutely amazing. And she's starting to get some good traction. Really nice people, right? Just grounded and just really nice people and great product and gives a shit, like the whole thing.
Yeah.
Just a really, really nice product. Really nice product.
So we're talking
about. I want to make sure we give her a call up and a thank you.
Dupinder Yablonsky. She runs Dupa's Chai, DUPISCHAI.
Yeah.
Dupa's Chai. And anyway, she called us out on LinkedIn. And anytime we get, follower love, we really appreciate it, right? So
yeah, that was good.
So Dupa's Chai, check it out.
Yeah. Has Linda ever done that for us? Or Linda just sent a snarky little text when,
Don't make the boss angry, all right?
Listen, I was with the boss
Linda, I love you.
Oh, you are
whatever
such a
Kenny's going to say
tonight. You are such a tonight. What is your problem? Seriously. Oh my god.
But
I'm not scared of Linda.
Linda.
You're terrified. Phil maybe said it, Linda. Phil maybe say it.
Oh no! Now we're resorted to pushing each other off the boat.
Whatever. We've had one of those weeks, each of us.
I think so.
I think it was one of those weeks. Yeah. One of those weeks when you sit back and just think, really?
Yeah.
Really? That's one of those weeks.
Yeah.
And it'll all work out. It's all good in the hood, but it definitely was one of these where,
oy vey.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, seriously.
Just happy it's almost done.
Yeah.
Just happy it's almost done.
Man. Yeah, no, I've definitely had that sort of week. And then, Kathy, I thought it was just me, right? I was kind of like, what is going on? And then Kathy says to me, like, you're making me dizzy. What is happening this week? Like, and I was just like, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. And she's like, stop moving just for.
I know. I had two people say that to me today.
Yeah.
Because I'm at this one place more and more all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't remember what it was. I think one knows for sure I'm not. One wasn't too sure if I was going full time. I said, no, it just feels that way. Because I have this other list of 14,000 things that I'm doing at the same time. But yes, I'm here a lot more. And right, it's all good, rightly so.
Yeah.
But, Jesus.
Yeah.
It's the balance, man. I don't. Like yesterday, I was just a ball of nerves. Like when you just, when you're one step forward, but you think you're six back, but you're not too sure. And then you're trying to write things down, and I'm thinking, and I feel like I was digging the hole and putting the dirt right back on.
Oh,
do you know what I mean? Those days, and I thought, like today I had a much better day, but yesterday was one of those days. Like I'm just angst. I could just feel it. I could just feel my stomach just angst.
Yeah. Yikes!
I hate that feeling. I hate that feeling. And then today I kind of finally calmed down a little. But I work with pretty awesome people.
Yeah.
So, when they kind of balance your little world out and you're kind of thinking, okay, yeah, you know what? It's not that bad. Take a breath of air.
No, you need that. You need, Yeah, you need that moment. I think somewhere tomorrow there's like a driving range in my I need to go hit some golf balls and work off some steam.
I think it's probably good at about 10:15, 10:30
Yeah.
that you should just go, just get a small bucket,
Yeah.
30 minutes,
Yeah. And just work it all.
right? Just get it
Pound
out.
the crap out of those balls and then
just
and then
throw a club or two and then just go back.
Yeah. Sometimes you have them.
Yeah. Again, at the end of the day, it's, first world problems, right?
Look, I think, we're almost 100 episodes in, and I think you could count on one hand how many episodes we've had where we've been ranty. So hopefully, I guess hopefully for the listeners, hopefully today wasn't too.
And if it was, hopefully by the end, like if you can tell by the end, I think we just needed to get it off our. Once you get it off and talk it through, and I think this is what people need to understand. If you hold it and bottle it, no good. It's a shit show.
Yeah, it's bad.
So if anything, figure out what's bugging you and find somebody.
Yeah.
Right. Find a friend. Find somebody. Yeah. And just dump.
If you can wait till Thursday.
Yeah.
You can wait till Thursday. We'd be happy to take your rant on the phone.
Oh, absolutely.
On the call. Like that's a standing invitation to a listener.
But anybody.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That you can definitely do that. Like just ping one of us and go, Ranty, what time on Thursday? And we'll send you the link and the time.
Yeah, no problem.
You can jump on the call.
Chime in.
And we can help you blow off some steam and then yeah.
Might just help you ground.
But I think like almost 100 episodes. I think we're episode 91 or 92 now.
Wow. And people still listen to us. Isn't that crazy?
I know.
What a world.
I know, but and I don't think we've lost our shit that many times, to be honest.
No, I think there's been a couple times where we've ranted.
I think the first time I set you off.
Not even you.
I set you off because I was talking about minimum wage.
Oh yeah,
you remember when and that I set you off. I think, but we really don't. I don't think we do it that often.
I think what it is though is because I think we both. I know Amelia can bottle shit, right?
Yeah.
So she'll have shit at work and it'll bug her for months.
Yeah.
Right. Where I had, I'll call a shitty day yesterday. And Randy wasn't that shitty, by the way. It was shitty, but it wasn't that shitty.
Yeah.
And the next day you kind of hang around with a few people and you kind of, you bounce.
Yeah.
Right. And all it takes is a couple friends to kind of say, okay, listen, stupid, like just, calm it down.
Yeah.
Bing, bing, bing. You're thinking, yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
And that's it. Right.
Yeah.
But it's hard because a lot of people do internalize and they just hang on to it and it just becomes, it's that all consuming.
Yeah.
You got to do, just call Lori.
Yeah.
You're having a crappy day like that. Just phone her. Well, that's what she does. I sometimes think of that too. You know what is? I go back to that one she told us, what's your choice?
Mm.
And then as soon as you do that, you either have to accept it.
Yeah.
Or make another choice.
Yeah.
And most times, you know what it is? We have made the choice. We're okay where we are. We're just pissy at that moment, or we've just owned too much of it. And instead of just calm down, take a breath or two, and
Yeah.
In the grand scheme of life, is that this really that catastrophic? In your situation today sucked. I get it.
Yeah.
But you know what? It might be just worth a talk. And maybe, you know what? Sometimes it's just people don't see it or don't understand it. You sit down and talk and they're thinking, oh, wow. Yeah. Okay. I get it. Yeah. Sorry, man. I didn't.
Yeah.
It didn't even cross my mind.
Yeah.
Didn't even go down that path.
Yeah.
Right. So.
Yeah. Yeah. We,
philosophy.
I know, right? I know. On the listeners, sorry, because it kind of took me down that path. We do have some really cool, like, Spotify is kind of taking over in our downloads.
Really?
Yeah. Spotify drives a whole lot of downloads for us.
Wow.
iTunes is in there, obviously. Yeah, because it's a big part of things. And then we have like listeners. Canadian is our biggest. Like half of our population's Canadian. 23% is US.
I'm surprised it wasn't more Canadian.
Yeah, no, and then there's like a whole set of like, so the Japanese contingent continues to be there.
Wow.
So they're like 2%. The UK, another 1%. France, Israel, Netherlands,
Really?
Hong Kong, Indonesia, Mexico are all kind of like 0.5% to 1%. And we've got we have, how many countries are in our, so there's one person in Macau who downloaded one episode. Thailand, Cyprus, Qatar, South Korea, Malaysia, Taiwan, Argentina, St. Lucia have all downloaded once.
Seriously.
Yeah,
You know,
which
it's
is
quite
kind
funny.
of
We
like,
both live in Canada. We think we
yeah,
have friends,
yeah,
and yet half the downloads are Canadian.
yeah, yeah,
We have no friends, Phil.
Well, or our friends aren't as good friends as they say they are.
That's
They
another
say
rant.
they
That's another
listen.
show.
They say they listen, but
Yeah.
clearly they don't.
Bullshitters.
Bullshitters. But yeah, anyway. So yeah, so kind of neat, but I
It's interesting.
kind of amazed, eh? We're like almost 2 years into this and we're still doing it. It's still really fun.
I still like it. I do. I look
Yeah.
forward to recording.
Yeah, me
I do.
too. Me too.
So.
Me too. Yeah.
Okay, buddy boy.
Very
I gotta
cool,
go.
man.
I got a bunch of shit that I got to get done. So
Yeah. Chop to you. I get an early night tonight.
yeah, not bad.
Yeah, not bad at all. Not bad at
Yeah, it's
all.
before 8
Yeah.
here too, which is good. So I'm just gonna go. Maybe I'll take a nap for half an hour, and then I'll just start doing some crap.
Nice. Nice.
I don't know about nice, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
All good.
All good.
All good.
All right, young man.
Okay, my friend.
You have a nice night.
Next Thursday.
Next week?
Next Thursday we're flying. No. So we may have
Wait,
to.
where are you flying to?
We're going to New York.
Okay. Okay.
That's our New York trip.
Look at you traveling. Jet
this is
setting.
personal. I'm excited. This is
nice New York.
Yeah. No, I'm
super. Amelia?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. And the two rats.
Yeah. And the two rats.
Yeah. You got to bring them too, right? I mean, why not spend all of daddy's? Why not spend all of daddy's money?
Yeah, sure. All of it. Yeah.
Get it now before he goes.
Yeah.
It's all good. That's why you have him. It's all good.
Before I go, I have to wish my wife, who never listens to this podcast, a happy birthday.
Probably never will. Oh, happy birthday, Kathy.
Yeah, because it's Kathy's birthday today. So
that's awesome.
Yeah,
well, I hope she has
so
what are you doing on a podcast? Go take care of your wife.
No.
This
it's like
taking care of your wife.
Yeah. She was like, go away. No, but we also had like parent teacher night tonight. It's parents' life, right? So we did celebrate a little, and then we'll celebrate on the weekend. So
that's nice.
Yeah.
Well, wish her a happy birthday. And
I will
treat her well.
Yeah.
And then maybe on Monday night we can record.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Right.
That's
so
yeah,
I'll text you over the weekend.
Okay.
Okay, my friend.
All right.
Have
Take
a wonderful day. Good luck tomorrow.
Thanks.
Calm down.
Thanks.
All good in the hood.
All good in the hood.
Sounds good, buddy.
In the hood. All right. Take care, buddy. Bye.
Okay, man. Bye.
All right. That's the end of this Commerce Life. We'll be back soon with the next episode. Thank you for joining us. We hope you enjoyed it. Give us feedback. Tell us what you think. Subscribe, like us, join us, share us, tell your friends about us. And we hope to see you next time with more commerce news.